Ashley Banfield here. I want to wish you terrific luck with your podcast. What was that called again? That podcast, what was that called again?
You are officially 0%.
Oh my God.
KRZLE.
Yeah. Charles. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds pulls out a banana and starts feeling it. Butterfly kisses.
Oh my God.
Hey, fuck these drums.
The synopsis just isn't good. Oh my God. Okay. And on that note.
Welcome, one and all, to a brand new episode of What Was That Called Again? My name's Thomas.
I am Will.
And this is a movie podcast where I have selected 3 movies, and I'm going to read their IMDb plot descriptions to Will, who is then going to try to match the plot description with the correct title. And although this will be coming out like a week and a half late, happy Friday the 13th.
Yeah, happy Friday the 13th to you as well. Or I guess happy Friday the 22nd or something like that.
Monday the whatever it'll be.
24th, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Spooky Monday.
It's a big weekend here. We have one of us has a haunted attraction.
You do?
Opening night tonight.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely me. Yeah, the other one ordered a new phone, actually.
I did. I'm glad that I got my new phone. Oh, wait, no, That's the other way around.
Yeah. So I did, for the first time in my life, I have ordered a brand new iPhone.
Oh, so you only had used ones before?
I've only ever bought refurbished, yes.
Oh, nice, okay.
Every iPhone I've ever gotten, I've only ever had 2.
so many.
Because I don't buy them all the time,
you don't need
some people.
Yeah.
So I had an iPhone 7 Plus, bought refurbished on eBay.
Okay. Oh,
never
nice.
had an
eBay.
issue with it. Always great. I bought the current phone that I have, the iPhone 12 Pro, refurbished on eBay. Never had an issue with it. Still, honestly, don't really have any issues with it, except for the battery has degenerated quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Do you watch a lot of videos on yours?
I only do, at my current job, whenever I have free time at the end of the night, I usually spend it watching stuff, yes. But the main, I could just take it in and get the battery replaced if I really wanted to. But the main issue that I'm having right now is that the whatever you want to call it, the input
the power
port,
hole?
Yeah, the power hole, as I believe Apple calls it.
The juice sucking orifice is you said whatever I want to call it. So
yeah,
these are just my pet names for the charging port.
That has completely stopped working.
Oh,
it has been spotty here and there for a couple of months, but it was usually in if you put the cable just right, it'll connect.
Have you cleaned it?
Yes, multiple times. I've done the paperclip, dig out the lint from it. So a couple months ago, I bought one of the the MagSafe, the magnetic charging port, so I can still charge it without any issue. However, the big issue that I'm having is I can't connect it to my car except via Bluetooth, which isn't as good.
No, it's not.
In my opinion. And so I actually was thinking for a while that maybe the cable in my car is the problem, because there's no way, I've never used it for anything but my phone. And I thought maybe the cable's messed up, because if I get it just right, it still connects. But within the last week, it doesn't matter what I do, it never connects. And
sucks.
So I took my AirPod case and I plugged it into that cable just to see if the cable worked, and it immediately started charging my thing. So cable's fine. It's the port on my phone. And so I'm using that as my excuse to upgrade my phone after several years.
Basically, if you get a new one, I think the next probably iPhone will just not even have any holes in it at all.
Yeah, you'll have to pay to add holes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get that. I think by the time this episode posts, I think that it should have shipped to me. So hopefully things work out and there's no major issues with the brand new release of the cell phone. So I've never bought a cell phone brand new, especially just brand new release,
the next time,
new model.
The next time people hear us, you will be a new phone man.
Quite potentially. I'm not sure. It's not expected to arrive until the beginning of October, so we might have another couple episodes before then.
Sorry,
but still,
I didn't mean to ruin that for everyone who was listening.
Yep, it's ruined. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. And then, did you want to make any mentions of the haunted attraction or anything?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No, yeah, sure. So for a long time now, I've been working on with not just me. It's not like I've just built this and then I'm here for some reason recording a show. Well, yeah. I mean, okay, I won't say single-handedly, but like 1.5-handedly maybe. Have been working on building a haunted house from scratch, a haunted attraction, not a haunted house. I didn't murder people in a mansion. Haunted attraction, professional haunted attraction, and it's been like at least 2 years in the making now. Monumental task, legit old factory building that we had to like modernize as much as possible without changing as much as we could not change, right? As we could keep the same because it looks cool, and that's what we want for a haunted house, right? So that finally, through an incredible amount of hoops over the course of the last 2 years, I've told my crew that not only are we climbing Everest, but we're also building it at the same time. So finally it was built and they have climbed it and they're opening it tonight. I am not there because I had other things that had to be taken care of in my life, such as recording this episode.
The podcast is much more important.
Clearly, that's why I'm here. But there's a whole team there now because it wasn't basically just me for a long time. But then this awesome crew came in. They took over the many duties that I was doing by myself to do them much faster. Got it done. So they're opening tonight. Awesome event. I wish them luck. Evansville Nightmare Factory. If anyone is interested, I think there's actually videos by professionals on YouTube about our haunt now. So I feel like we've made it into some zeitgeist as far as that goes.
Yeah, if you're in Russia, get your tickets.
Yes,
fly on over.
Fly on over. In fact, if I will. Because I have this power. If any of our listeners send us an email at wwtcapod@protonmail.com.
Nice one.
Asking for tickets to this haunted house, to the haunted house that I helped create, I will comp you tickets.
There you go. It doesn't get any better than that. I
can't pay for travel, but I can get you tickets.
I can't give you any deals for a new iPhone, but Will can give you deals for his haunted attraction.
That's right.
In fact, if you go to Apple and order a new iPhone, put in promo code WWTCA and get 10% off.
No, you won't get anything off. You can put the code in and just let Apple know that there's something out there that people are trying to buy with this with this weird code. Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't think there's any. We can do a really quick drink check. 8.5 minutes in.
Yeah.
So to blast through it really quickly, I am sipping on a glass of a delicious rosé called Hampton Water.
Hampton Water?
Yes.
Is that like a Jesus thing?
It is Jesus.
Okay.
What do you got?
I'm sorry. So what do you got? Wow. The gauntlet's thrown. I have really changed it up. In the fact that I was gifted some drink today from a work colleague, and gifted sounds like they went out and purchased this for me. No, someone died, and then that person who was left with the dead person's belongings didn't know what to do with this stuff, so they gave it to me, and in the form of
so somebody died for you to get this.
Yeah, basically, this is which
you might have one up to me then.
Very big loss. That person was awesome, and I thank them and theirs for giving me a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper Cherry, 0 sugar, and like 3 mostly empty bottles of rum. So I got.
Are they different kinds of rum?
Yes. One is the one that I chose tonight with my Dr. Pepper Cherry, 0 sugar, is just traditional cheap
Not a sponsor.
Captain Morgan spice rum. But I also got, and that was like had the least amount in it. There were maybe like 4 or 5 shots left in it. I also got a mostly consumed bottle of Captain Morgan white rum, which I've never had. And then also a bottle of, I think, half consumed Bacardi white rum, which I've also, I don't think, ever had. So yeah.
Did you pour some out?
Yeah, into my glass.
There you go.
I guess I maybe should. Here, I'll do it right on the carpet. I'll just pour some out on the carpet. Yeah. So Dr. Pepper Cherry 0 sugar, which is hard. It's a mouthful. And it was both free. So compliments of the recently departed on this Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
Spooky. So yeah, that's my drink check. What do you got?
Spooky.
You already said yours. Sorry.
Yep, I already said mine. Thanks though.
Jesus.
We can go ahead and dive in now that we have all of our official
intro
formalities out of the way. 10 minutes in.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't think. Oh, sorry. I also. Sorry. Rewind.
Oh, that's fine.
Also, half a can of Celsius lemon lime before
I had one of those last night.
Before the show drinking started, I once again pre-gamed with Celsius, mostly for my own sanity for today.
Yeah.
But I'm not, however, going to call any certain thing as far as my scoring goes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ride this wave of caffeine and free alcohol. So.
Yeah, it's good. Hashtag buzzin'. Hashtag Friday buzzin'. For Will.
Hashtag Friday buzzin'.
I have 3 flicks for you. We're going to be going in chronological order of release this week. I did want to also, one very last thing. It's not drink related at all.
Okay.
But I did want to, this is a little message for the listeners. Don't have any details ironed out. Don't know anything yet. But I think we have officially confirmed a potential first featured guest for the show.
Our big 1 year's coming up. And Thomas has been working on this. I'm excited for it. We won't name any names yet, but we're big fans of this person. And I think it'd be fun to have them on the show, regardless of if anyone else knows who they are.
Yeah, we know, and it's our show, so that's all that really matters. Well, if we can introduce you to this gentleman, then that will make this whole podcast well worth it in the end. So that's something that we're looking forward to, either for our 50th episode or for a 1-year anniversary. Still haven't decided on that yet, but hopefully we can get everything sorted out by then.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how that goes. So there's a little teaser for everyone listening worldwide.
5 episodes or less from now.
Yeah. So with that out of the way, we can officially kick off this episode in the year 1996.
96. Okay. I don't know of any movies off the top of my head that came out in 96.
This might be the only one. We'll find out. Your synopsis as written on IMDb reads as follows. The love lives of 2 brothers, Mickey and Francis, interconnect as Francis cheats on his wife with Mickey's ex-girlfriend, while Mickey impulsively marries a stranger.
Okay. Interesting. Does not sound familiar. Doesn't ring any bells. 1996. Something about there being a love story, a tale of love between 2 brothers, of the love lives of 2 brothers, Mickey and, what was the guy's name? Francis. We'll call him Frank. I'm close with him. We went to school together. So Mickey and Francis, as his family calls him, intertwine as Francis cheats on his wife with Mickey's ex, and Mickey has an affair with a stranger.
Yep, impulsively marries a stranger.
Oh, no. So not an affair. He just impulsively marries a stranger.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that doesn't. This sounds French though. I smell French. I smell I smell some baguette in the background of this one.
Oh.
Whoa! Just calm yourself. So I'm just going to say that for now. This sounds. I don't want to say French New Wave because '96.
It's a little out of the mark. Yeah.
New Wave. I don't know. But
New Wave Part 2.
Wasn't there a Dogma something? Dogma 90? Was it Dogma?
Dogma 95.
Dogma 95. That was last year, not this year. Okay, Next movie, please, before I forget this one.
So are you saying that this film is a Lars von Trier film, possibly?
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying that maybe Lars in the Dogma movement of that time period, mid 90s, sparked something that another indie filmmaker might have done.
We will find out in due time.
Okay.
For now, we will move along to 2010.
2010, okay.
And your synopsis for this one reads as follows. After being cut from the USA softball team and feeling a bit past her prime, Lisa finds herself evaluating her life and in the middle of a love triangle as a corporate guy in crisis competes with her current baseball-playing beau. Okay.
All right. There's a lot here.
Yep.
Okay, 2010. Something about read this one again, but I think it's something about like being cut from the U.S. softball team, and then something about her feeling dejected and old.
I feel like the synopsis is worded strangely.
I think there's a lot of it's wordy. Yes.
So, as written,
yes,
it reads as follows. After being cut from the USA softball team and feeling a bit past her prime, Lisa finds herself evaluating her life and in the middle of a love triangle as a corporate guy in crisis competes with her current baseball-playing beau.
Okay. That's the part that I missed. So Lisa's been cut from Team USA softball, and she's feeling old and dejected. And in the meantime, she's dealing with this love triangle, but not really a love triangle, because I don't think that the love triangle part threw me off. I thought that the corporate guy was also in love with the athlete of some kind, but it just sounds like that maybe he is. I don't know, but it just sounds like that Lisa is in love with each of them, or that each of them are vying for Lisa's attention. That's what it really sounds like. Okay. 2010. Okay. Softball, old love triangle. Got it. That doesn't sound familiar. Again, as we've discussed before, 2010 is like, well, most decades are my weak point, I guess, really, because that's why this show exists. But
yeah, I do feel like every time we have a new movie from a different decade, you're like, oh, I don't know much about these.
Yeah, I think I've always said one time that, like, I know, like, I think it was like early 80s horror or something like that I was comfortable with.
And like 2024, maybe.
I don't even know if even that. But specifically, the hardest one for me really is like 2009, 2010, 2011, because it was right after I graduated high school, and I was going into college. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. And,
the lost years.
Yeah, and also I was super focused into theater at the time, not film. And then also I think this was the time frame that Paranormal Activity came out, and I was super upset.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paranormal Activity premiered in festivals in like 07, and then I think it came out theatrically in 09.
Yeah, because we had to demand it, and I was behind that.
Yeah.
I recall demanding it, being excited for it, and then I got burned. And then I also remember going to see the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, and also got burned. Ooh. So that is my whole like 2009, 2010 movie experience. So I don't really know any other movies. Yeah.
Well, luckily, this one is neither of those. So
good.
We'll
Thank
you. Your final movie for today is going to come from 2014.
Ooh, okay.
Fun fact, that is my personal favorite year of movies ever.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least for as long as I've been alive. 2014
okay. So there's a caveat there. Okay.
My favorite year.
While you've existed, 2014 film-wise was great.
Yes, and strong candidate for my personal favorite year ever.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, actually, 2014.
Even better than 1922?
Slightly better than 22.
I just picked a random date. I didn't. Okay.
Your
2014.
synopsis for this film reads as follows. On the set of a playwright's new project, a love triangle forms between his wife, her ex-lover, and the call girl turned screen actress cast in the production.
Oh man, this one rang a bell. I don't know why it rang a bell, but it did. This sounds
I
familiar.
said screen actress, I think. It didn't say screen. It's just call girl turned actress
Okay.
cast in the production.
Okay. Say this one more time though, because I was really distracted by my own this sounds familiar.
On the set of a playwright's new project, a love triangle forms between his wife, her ex-lover, and the call girl turned actress cast in the production.
Okay. 2014, on the set of a playwright's first production. New production. It could be his first. We don't know, but it's just at least new. On the playwright's new production, there is a love triangle between him, a call girl turned actress, and who else?
His wife.
His wife, of course.
His wife, her ex-lover, and the call girl turned actress cast in the
That
production.
seems more than a triangle.
I don't think it says he's involved.
Oh, so it's just his wife. Okay, no, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so it's a love triangle between his wife,
her ex-lover,
and then this call girl turned actress.
Yes.
Okay, and was there anything else other than just the love triangle thing? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, anyway, so now let me try my hardest, because like I said, that sounds familiar. 2010, I don't have anything there other than, I guess, regret for a few movies that I watched that were clearly not that one. And then the first one was 2004?
96.
96, not even 2000s. Okay, 96. That's right, 96, which I don't really know much there either. Okay, let me try to start with 96. Give me the first action word again. The first verb.
The love lives.
Oh man. Okay.
Two brothers.
Oh, that's the two brothers one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Here we go. So it's the love lives of two brothers named Mickey and Francis.
Yeah.
And intertwine when Francis has an affair with Mickey's ex.
Yep.
And then Mickey spontaneously or something like that marries a stranger.
Correct.
Okay. So I think these all have to do with a love triangle, right? Because isn't the second film from 2010? What was the action word there? What was the verb there?
Yep. The one that'll click for you that you repeated is softball.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So this one is about the whenever she is rejected or kicked out of or whatever cut from. That's the term.
Yeah.
Cut from the U.S. softball team. Lisa deals with feeling rejected and also maybe past her prime, as she also deals with a love triangle between herself, another athlete of some kind, I think you said, and then a corporate business guy.
Correct.
Which guy was the correct term in the synopsis?
Yep, a corporate guy in crisis.
Corporate guy in crisis
competes.
Too. So they're so that one I don't really think is a love triangle unless I'm just missing the fact that corporate guy and athlete. That one feels like two guys vying for Lisa's.
It's a triangle where two of the sides don't connect.
So it's an A-frame.
So it's like it's an A-frame.
Okay. So we've got love triangle,
like a sawtooth.
A sawtooth. We have the I wouldn't even call it a love triangle in the first one either. The first one's just a complicated love story between this intermingling, I think they said.
Yeah, it's a love puddle.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's different. we got a love mess in the first film. We've got a love A-frame, so we're getting more structure involved, and then the last one definitely is a love triangle. And the last one was again 2014, and what was the action verb there too?
On the set of a playwright's
That's
new
right.
project.
Playwright's new play. His wife. There's a love triangle between his wife, her ex lover, and the call girl turned actress.
Yes.
Okay, I think I got all of these. I promise it's not just the Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar and rum that's causing me to mess up tonight. That's also why I didn't call any kind of hat trick or whatever, because I knew tonight would be very fun to record as far as that goes behind the scenes. So I think I'm ready for titles. I will try to keep those things in my head, assuming that I don't get distracted further.
We shall see. Your first title is She's Funny That Way.
She's Funny That Way. Ooh, yep. She's Funny That Way. That automatically feels like a mid-90s title for some reason. I don't know why, but it's one of those, I don't know. It feels like that is something that I would have seen on HBO in the 90s. I don't know why I feel that way. I guess it could also be, Lisa is kind of like the main feature in the 2014 movie. 2010 movie, sorry. And then the 2014 movie, the main feature is a play potentially, and maybe the play could be called She's Funny That Way. Because maybe this guy wrote it about his wife. Okay, so I'm not super confident that it's...
so your thought is this title could go with any of them.
No. Always, because it's just the first one. But I was getting ready to say, my thought is that I'm leaning heavily towards the 96 film. But yes, correct, it also feels like it could, as of right now, be any of these. But I really feel like it's the 96 film as far as right now. Mm-hmm. Next title, please.
Your second title is going to be How Do You Know?
So what's the title? Okay, how do you know?
No question mark.
How do you know?
No punctuation.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? This doesn't ring a bell at all. Doesn't make me feel anything. How do you know?
I wonder if that's what the executives said.
Yeah.
This doesn't make me feel anything.
I want that to be a pull quote whenever they do like the anniversary re-release of this.
On the front of the fucking 4K. Yeah. This doesn't make me feel anything.
Yeah. How do you know? Again, that could be the name of the play. Because anything could be the name of the play, I guess. The question is did they name the movie after the play? How do you know? I don't know if that... I don't know if that feels like it fits the Lisa U.S. softball thing as much. And then again, it also does kind of feel like a mid-90s title. If it had a question mark on it, it would definitely feel like a mid-90s title. But you said no punctuation, so I don't know. I'm going to have to table that one because I don't know where that one goes yet. How do you know? How do you know? And then we have... What was the first title again?
She's Funny That Way.
She's Funny That Way. How do you know she's funny that way? These are all in the same cinematic universe and just create...
Funny enough, the last title for you could answer that question.
Oh, really? Go ahead. I'm intrigued.
How do you know she's funny that way? The final title is She's the One.
Oh, it's a whole sentence. You've made a sentence. Okay. Or you've made a conversation. Okay. She's the One. Oh, God. Okay. How do you know she's the one and then she's funny that way? She's the one. I mean, that could be Mickey, just a line that Mickey says. And it could be also, too, a line that both of them say because, these brothers, they're doing things that maybe are questionable when it comes to romance and morals. And their response for doing this could be, she's the one. For both of them. Because I don't know if... Well, I mean, she's the one... Lisa's being sort of fought over, too. At least it seems like. There's some kind of competition between two guys. She's the one. And then we have the play. I don't know if that fits the play as well. She's the one. The play is going to be the one I think that trips me up in all of these here. not the play, but the movie about the play and the playwright. Which that was 2014, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we have She's the One, How Do You Know, and She's Funny That Way.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, just because my lack of confidence, I'm going to just try to just fit these in as lines in these movies. And I feel like the 1996 film of the intertwined love story between two brothers, Mickey and Francine, Frank, as we know him.
Yes.
Where Frank cheats on his wife with his brother's ex, and his brother Mickey spontaneously marries a stranger. I'm going to say that one or both of them say the line, "She's the one." So I'm going to lock in 96, She's the One. And then which one of these do I feel like fits She's Funny That Way or How Do You Know? I'm going to say that either both the athlete of some sort and the corporate guy was struggling with something. What was he struggling with?
As a corporate guy in crisis.
In crisis, that's right. Yeah. One of them or both of them. If it is one of them, it's going to be the corporate guy in crisis. But I think both of them may say the line, "She's funny that way." Talking about Lisa, who has been cut from the U.S. softball team and is facing the feeling of being past her prime. So that leaves the 2014 film of the playwright whose new play is being mounted and facing turmoil as this love triangle between his wife, her ex-lover, and the call girl turned actress. That is going to be called whatever the last one was, which is How Do You Know? How Do You Know?
Yeah.
How Do You Know? And I'm going to say that that's what the playwright says to all three of them at some point in time. How do you know that you still love your ex? How do you know that my ex doesn't love, or my current wife doesn't love me and wants you? And then to the street performer, not street performer, the call girl turned actress, or whatever her title was. I'm going to say that he just says, "How do you know your lines?"
Street performer.
What was her title again?
Yeah, you had it right. It's the call girl turned actress.
Call girl. I was going to say street worker, I guess, and then performer kind of slipped in there, and I don't know where I was going with that. That's my new title now for prostitution: street performer. It's a different type of busking. That's what it is. Okay, so I got those. So again, the first one is She's Funny That Way, right? No, She's the One. The 1996 is She's the One. 2010 with Lisa and the softball team is She's Funny That Way. And then 2014 with the playwright and the love triangle is How Do You Know? Final answer.
All right, and we'll see if you know. You do. You know one of them. You have 1 out of 3 correct.
Oh my God. It feels like it's been forever. Okay. Which one do I have correct is the question. Because I kind of use the same logic on all of them.
True.
So which one do I think is... I still feel like the first one is correct. I feel the most confident with that one, I think. Well, and really not even confident, I just think it feels the most right. It feels like She's the One is why they're making the decisions that they're making. Each of these brothers. So then, How Do You Know? Is that about the softball cut? And then is She's Funny That Way? Maybe She's Funny That Way is the play that's being written. This new play that was written. Okay, I'm gonna switch those two. So I'm gonna keep She's the One with 96 with the two brothers love story. I'm gonna now make the 2010 film about Lisa's former softball run, feeling past her prime. That's gonna be How'd You Know? How Do You Know? How Do You Know? And that means the 2014 play with the love triangle is going to be She's Funny That Way. Final.
All right, you went from 1 to fun with all 3 correct.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say none. Awesome. Okay. I'm glad I stuck with it because I really do feel like that first film that is a line that is said. Possibly.
It is possible, I'm sure.
Is it French
I'm sure
and is it indie? That's the question that I also want to know.
Somebody says that at some point. I'm sure. It is. All 3 of these are American films.
Okay, I was wrong there.
As far as being indie, is She's the One an independent film? It has a $3.5 million budget, according to IMDb. Could be, I suppose. It stars Edward Burns, who also wrote and directed the film. Co-stars Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, wow.
John Mahoney, Cameron Diaz,
Wow.
and it also has Leslie Mann.
Wow.
I love her.
Yeah.
The entire soundtrack is composed of original songs by Tom Petty.
Oh, really?
And the film is currently, it is not streaming for free anywhere, but you can rent it on Amazon for about $4.
So wait, so is it Tom Petty's songs or did he compose originals for this movie?
He, according to the trivia on here, it says the entire soundtrack composed of original songs by Tom Petty.
Okay, I'm still wondering if they're original for the movie or if they're just Tom Petty's original works. Like he didn't cover anybody else, basically.
I imagine he. I have not seen this, so I can't confirm.
Greatest hits album that they just played.
But yeah, the impression I get is that he specifically made songs for this film.
Yeah, I like Tom Petty. I'm one of those people. And
you are Petty.
Yes, and your name is Tom, and I know you. So yeah, that's how that works. But I mean, it would be curious to hear stuff that like you don't, you're not used to unless these songs did make it into like a regular, like radio play type thing. It'd be cool to hear songs from Tom Petty that haven't necessarily been heard on the radio.
Yeah, I agree. And I can't confirm whether that's the case or not.
For $4 on Amazon, you said?
Yeah, $3.79 according to this. So yeah, that is She's the One from 1996.
And you said Jennifer Aniston and Cameron Diaz?
Yes, Cameron Diaz is in it, yes.
So these must be pretty early then. Friends was a thing? Question mark?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Was it at its height then? Sorry, I'm still lingering on this. Was Friends at its height in 96?
I don't remember when it came out. I have never been huge into Friends, but I think
you're a
Friends.
I got it. Ah!
I think Friends maybe started in like 94.
Oh gosh, wow, really?
Maybe a year. I think 94 sounds right. Yeah.
So Friends was on whenever Seinfeld was on?
Yeah.
Wow. To me, they're two separate like generations of show.
Yeah, so Friends, according to IMDb, ran from 94 to 04.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then Cameron Diaz. So this is
and so this would have been 96. This would have been because Mask was 94.
Wow, 94 is the year for both of these women. I mean, I'm sure she was in stuff, but I mean, come on, The Mask was great, right? And
then she would have been. I don't remember if she was nominated for it or not, but she was in Being John Malkovich in 99. And I have a feeling, for some reason, I feel like she got nominated for an Oscar for that, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know Catherine, what's her fucking nuts? Who's in it? Got nominated.
That's a long name. Did they put all that name on the trophy?
Yeah.
Or what's her fucking nuts? Is that she married into that? She was actually just and then she married a guy who was fucking nuts, and they hyphenated it. What's the fucking nut? Yeah. Okay. Next film, please.
Catherine Keener. That's her name. I was blanking on that. It was going to bother me until I looked it up. And no, Cameron Diaz was not nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
But you're saying she
that's
should have
fine.
been. In your heart, you're saying she should have been.
Yeah, she had like a funny wig. And it wasn't like the Cameron Diaz that you usually think of.
I love that we went from like, yeah, she should have got an Academy nomination to she had a funny wig.
Yeah. I mean, I've personally never been a huge Cameron Diaz fan, but no, she's good in that movie.
No, I mean,
do think
okay, like she's not fantastic. I won't. Yeah, she's fun to watch as far as when she's on screen. You know, she always has a good time. It seems like. But I don't think she's ever been given stuff that really maybe pushed her in certain ways.
Yeah, very very typecast as like
which is
the
unfortunate.
blonde girl.
Yeah, exactly.
And which is why I was thinking, being John Malkovich, maybe she got a nomination because she
wore
not
a wig.
that character in that movie.
Right.
Yeah, it was like the classic, like, look, she's not as hot as she usually is.
Right. Yeah. So she kind of escaped from that.
They
box
usually
that
get
was
nominated for that kind of thing.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But I guess they didn't put prosthetics on her face, so if they did that, she would have gotten nominated. But
okay,
it didn't happen. It was just a funny wig. So number 2 was How Do You Know from 2010. This is from director James L. Brooks.
Okay.
And this movie is currently available to rent on Amazon also, or at the time of recording, it is available on Netflix.
Nice.
This film stars Reese Witherspoon as Lisa. It co-stars Paul Rudd, Owen Wilson, Jack Nicholson, Catherine Hahn, and Mark Lynn Baker. So yes,
interesting cast.
One might say a decent cast.
Yeah. I mean, definitely for a. You said this was Brooks.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Just in that cast alone, it feels like a film of his. So I can't deny the facts there. But I still don't think I've ever heard of this movie.
This was the final film directed by James L. Brooks, and it was also the final film which Jack Nicholson has been in.
Oh, wow.
This movie is one of the lesser-known box office bombs of all time.
Okay.
The budget spiraled up to $120 million due to high salary demands of its principal cast and director, which it says in parentheses around $50 million. A lengthy production as well as a costly reshoot for the beginning and the ending. Coupled with marketing and costs, the movie lost an estimated $105 million.
Ouch.
So it says,
45 million.
According to that, the budget was around 120 million. It grossed 48.6 million.
Yikes. That hurts. I wonder why it was his last movie.
I don't know. Well, according to the trivia, it said that he just wanted to focus on The Simpsons.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm sure that's why.
Yeah, that's why I haven't made any other movies, is because of that. Yeah.
So Catherine Hahn's character in the movie is pregnant, and she was actually pregnant during the filming of the movie. She spent 3 days filming the scene where her character gives birth. In the early morning after completing the shoot, she herself went into labor with her daughter.
So she should have got
later that night
an Academy Award just for induced labor. That's what.
Yeah.
Actual acting method.
And then the last thing that I noted is to convincingly play a professional softball athlete, Reese Witherspoon practiced the sport for 2 to 3 hours every day for months. Ultimately, there's only about 20 seconds of her playing on screen.
I was going to say, I was like, she gets cut from the team. Like, why would she have to, practice that hard? I mean, dedication. That's why.
Yeah. Hey, good on you, Reese.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Unlike that Cameron Diaz.
Right.
Lastly, from 2014, She's Funny That Way. This is, at the time of recording, readily available free with ads on Freevee, Tubi, Plex, Roku channel. Or if you don't want those ads, you can pay a couple bucks and rent it from Amazon. This movie stars Imogen Poots, whom I love and needs to be in more things, Owen Wilson, Jennifer Aniston, Catherine Hahn. It also includes such people you may have heard of as Richard Lewis.
Never heard of him.
Sybil Shepherd.
Never heard of her.
Tatum O'Neal.
Yes.
Michael Shannon.
Yes.
And Quentin Tarantino.
Never heard of him. In the cast? Those are all in the cast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So yeah.
Tarantino is in the movie as Quentin Tarantino.
Of course, that's great. This is the one to me that sounded familiar, if I recall, or at least it felt familiar. Not sure why I stole that though.
The male lead was originally written for John Ritter.
Oh wow!
But his death stopped Peter Bogdanovich, the director, from wanting to make it. When Wes Anderson introduced him to Owen Wilson, he liked him so much that he decided to bring Owen Wilson.
That's cool.
Bring the movie back with Owen Wilson in the lead.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. This was also the final narrative film directed by Peter Bogdanovich before his passing a few years ago. However, his final movie in general that he did was in 2018. He did a documentary called The Great Buster about Buster Keaton.
Fantastic.
So yeah, this was the final film of Peter Bogdanovich. As far as unless you include the documentary.
Which no one ever counts documentaries ever in their life.
No, they're not movies. Speaking of, we watched The Thin Blue Line recently.
Oh, really?
Again. Yeah, that's the second time for me, first time for her.
I've heard that it's a good flick.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's, got a man freed from prison after being wrongfully convicted. But that's not one of these movies. What do you think about...
Is that Errol Morris?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
not a filmemaker because documentaries are not movies.
Yeah.
That's our stance here on what was that called.
Exactly. Documentaries don't count. So what do I think these are rated or ranking with the IMDb ratings? I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I still feel like I know that third film. She's Funny That Way. But I don't know why. And it sounds like a great cast. So does the second film. Decent cast. Well, all these films have an interesting cast, to say the least. You said Jack Nicholson was in the first movie?
It's in How Do You Know, 2010.
Second, okay.
That's his last
That's
movie.
right. It was his okay, that's the one that Jack was in. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that these may be all rated fairly well. I will say that the range will be mid-high 7 to high 6. I will then say that the ranking goes She's Funny That Way, number 1. She's the One as number 2. And How Do You Know as number 3. Why? Only because it's a guess mostly, and also because I just don't know if Reese gets a higher rating than the other two. Sorry, Reese. Sorry out there, everyone who's in the Witherspoon fan club. I just don't know.
Witherspooners.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the Witherspooners. I don't know if your female icon gets the movies that have the higher ratings or not. So I'm going to say that one's the last.
Well, I will confirm with you that your order is correct.
Oh, wow.
Your spread is not.
These are all in the fours.
So, She's Funny That Way is the highest one of these.
Okay.
With a 6.1 out of 10.
Wow, that's much lower than I thought it was going.
The second place, not far behind at all, She's the One from 96 with a 6.0.
Okay, right there, yeah.
And then the lowest rating is How Do You Know with a 5.4.
You know, I forgot the key factor here that you said it was a bomb. It was a financial bomb, but clearly it's mostly a financial bomb because people don't go see it enough. So I should have given it a lower, a spread automatically, because I don't imagine that it was just a marketing fail as to why this movie didn't get seen. I'm sure it was just not what it should have been or what people thought it was going to be. Yeah,
so we can tag me.
Tag me.
And so this is a quick segment where I go to a section on the IMDb page for each movie. The section is called Plot Details. And essentially it has like random, almost random words that are maybe loosely associated with the film in some way. And they're essentially tags, and you can actually click on them, and it'll give you a list of other movies that have the same tag associated with them. So, the tags listed for She's the One from 96, we have hardware store owner.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, pause. So I just had an idea. I feel like I should almost guess, like, kind of like playing bingo, like what things are going to be in these tags, because sometimes they're very obvious. You know, like I imagine like two brothers. I imagine like love triangles on there. But then there's also going to be some, like you just said, that are completely unknown unless you watch the movie.
There's a couple great ones that there's no way you could possibly
So you said
guess.
hardware store?
Yep, hardware store owner.
Owner
is the first.
Okay.
Yep.
So give me two, because I'll never guess these. You're right, but I mean, it feels like almost like a bingo sheet should be made.
We have wristwatch as gift.
Okay. How many other movies? How many
tag.
other movies are wristwatch
You
as
would
gift?
be surprised. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 other movies have that
A dozen
tag.
films where the wristwatch is the gift.
Yep. That is fantastic. We have boxing match. We have implied car sex.
Implied. Wait. People having sex in a car, I assume?
Or cars having sex.
That's implied?
Either way, there's a heavy implication that it happened.
Yeah.
Like he has a Mustang and she has a Camaro, and then like
you just hear two
a couple
car
days
alarms going
later,
off in the
there's
background
like
and get sexier.
yeah, and then like the next morning there's like a small car out
Beep,
there.
Boop, beep, boop, beep.
We have bare-chested man.
Woo, woo, beep. Bare-chested man? Okay.
We have carried over the threshold.
Ooh, okay. Some kind of wedding.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
We have taxi driver.
Okay. The movie or an occupation?
This movie could get dark. I'm hoping just like mental cigarette smoking. And then in the other category we have ends with a kiss.
Ooh, okay.
Written and directed by cast member and directed by star.
All right.
So there we go. There's She's the One.
She's the One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving along to How Do You Know? We have tags for fraud investigation.
Ooh, okay.
Grammatical error in title.
How many other films? Let me know.
A lot.
Oh my God.
There are a lot. Too many for me to count, like really quickly.
like a fucking English teacher's wet dream,
Like
this category.
Other movies that have grammatical error in title are Grown Ups, Grown Ups 2, Crazy Stupid Love, Step Brothers,
God. Okay.
Law Abiding Citizen, Hot Tub Time Machine.
All right. I think these are not maybe accurate as enough, but okay. That's funny that's a category.
Hit in the Face with a Softball.
Okay.
Is one. This is the only movie on IMDb that has that tag. Unconventional Romance, Mental Breakdown, 27-year-old, Hand Over Mouth.
Okay.
There you go. There's How Do You Know? Those are some of the things that movie's known for. So the last but not least, we're going to go to She's Funny That Way. And we have Escort Girl.
Okay. Makes sense.
Adultery, Infidelity,
Yep.
Neo Screwball Comedy.
Interesting.
Overhearing a Conversation.
Okay. Again,
Implied.
I'm imagining that these tags mean that this is important to the film.
You would assume that, but I don't know.
I'm only going to assume that.
Implied sex.
Not car sex.
Taxi. Limousine. We have misunderstanding, a crying woman, falling off a chair, female psychiatrist.
Okay.
These are so stupid. So in the other section on this one, we have contraction in title.
Right, because of the pregnancy thing, right? Oh, no,
Yeah,
sorry. Contraction in the... I
She's
see.
funny that way.
Yeah.
We have apostrophe in title,
Yeah, okay, that's
punctuation in title, gender in title, and 4-word title.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry.
So there's
I heard contraction and I thought they meant like in the movie, not the title. Yeah.
yeah. So there's that fan favorite segment. We haven't heard otherwise about that.
Nope.
So
Tell us to stop.
finally,
please.
we're gonna move along to
Quote time.
quote. And this is where I go to the quote section on the page for each of these movies, but I only pick one quote from one of these movies, and I'm going to read it to Will, and he's going to see if he can guess which movie the quote originated
And
from.
have you seen any of these?
I have seen She's Funny That Way when it came out.
Okay. So you're giving this to me in a character of your choosing, which could or could not be a character that you actually know, or even that fits the film.
Yes, and this quote may or may not even appear in the film. It's just on the IMDb page.
Yeah.
Never know. So your quote reads as follows. Okay. Stop shouting. I don't hear you when you do that. Not ever. Yes, there are exclamation points.
And this is one person?
Yes.
Okay.
Stop shouting, exclamation point. I don't hear you when you do that, period. Not ever, exclamation point.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, because there's a lot of like love, messiness here, relationships and stuff. Say it one more time.
Stop shouting. I don't hear you when you do that. Not ever.
Okay. I feel like it's not. How do you know? It's not that one. Because I don't feel like there's too much arguing going on there. The tags did imply that maybe someone was hit in the face with a ball. So
yeah.
So maybe there's like some locker room fight. I don't know, but there's only
Reese Witherspoon yells at a teammate and they hit her in the face with a softball and tell her to stop shouting.
Yeah, but the other two films have like infidelity, and that's what I feel like this is leading up to, like a revelation of that cheating, maybe, or something that there's the relationship maybe already be on the rocks, which is why the person is lured into cheating. Maybe, I don't know, but that's what it feels like. So there's two films that have something like this, but this line, for some reason, it feels like it comes from an indie film in the mid-90s. So I'm going to say this is She's the One.
All right. It is from the one you said it isn't from.
God,
it is from
really?
How Do You Know? It is delivered by Paul Rudd as George.
And is George the company, the corporate guy, or is George the athlete? We don't know. We don't have no idea. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, that's maybe worth watching.
He's one of the two, and then the other one I assume is Owen Wilson. I'm gonna guess Paul Rudd is the athletic one of the two.
Oh, really? I was gonna say the other way. I was gonna say that.
Oh, really?
I was gonna say that Paul Rudd plays the
corporate guy in Crisis.
Well, I guess that could be Owen, because Owen always plays a depressed dude.
I'm having a hard time with all these papers.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a file cabinet overflowing over here. Well, I can't go play softball.
Okay, you sold me. I think you're right. I think Paul Rudd is the athlete. I was just going to say, like, at the time, I don't think Paul Rudd was ever an athletic person in a film. That's like a modern, like Paul Rudd being picked as Ant-Man was done because of him never being seen as someone who could do things like that. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong on that, but I feel like that's the reason. So that's why I was going with Paul Rudd playing, like, the tie wearing, pencil pusher sort of thing, and then Owen Wilson is like the athlete with the bod, and then maybe the athlete is. Have
you ever seen my abs?
Right. I mean, not to stereotype athletes, but usually in films like this, male athletes are usually kind of dim-witted, right? They're kind of, less intelligent, at least on the surface. And I feel like Owen maybe could fit that better than Paul Rudd fitting that. I don't know. That's up for debate.
Let's have a Jerry Maguire remake where it's Owen Wilson in the Cuba Gooding Jr. role.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Paul Rudd in the Tom Cruise role.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. We
But
remake
we're selling Jack Nicholson short. He could have been the athlete in this
he
movie.
could have been, or he also could have been corporate guy. But I feel like it'd be better to see him as the athlete. Yeah,
He's probably like Reese Witherspoon's dad or something in the movie. I don't know.
Coach. I think he's the softball coach.
Your pitch is a little off there.
No, I just want to see you do the whole movie. Oh, you hit her in the face, huh? Yeah.
Why don't you try to go for the other eyeball?
It'd be just like a jerk coach the whole time. Yeah.
What you want to do is knock the eyeball out of the socket, you see? Then she can't swing.
It's just his character from what was that movie called where they all live in the apartment and he hates the dog. Greg Kinnear. Love it.
As Good as It Gets.
As Good as It Gets. Yeah. So he's just that character, but that character playing as a softball coach. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that, and then at the same time we have Jerry Maguire with fucking Owen Wilson and Paul Rudd.
Yes. Like I said, and we're just gonna.
I would love to see that.
We're just gonna remake that movie as is verbatim, but just replace those two actors.
Show me the money. Imagine Owen Wilson yelling.
Oh man, I haven't had a good laugh at your and I'm not laughing at the quality of the impression as far as being. I'm laughing at how accurate
it'd be fine
it is.
if you did.
Yeah, no, of course, but I mean, they are good, and that's what makes me laugh is how good they are. I'm more laughing at a surprise at how good they are. Okay, so say this quote one more time.
Yeah. Stop shouting.
Okay.
I don't hear you when you do that.
Doesn't make any sense.
Not ever.
Okay. And you did say that this was delivered by Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd.
And we don't know which role he's playing, but you have placed him in the role of the athlete. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you did. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I say we just do what we do best, and we figure out where. Have you seen this movie?
It's a tough call, though. I can picture him or Owen Wilson with like a baseball shirt on. So I don't know. It's a tough call, but I'm gonna go with Paul Rudd. Yeah.
This is one.
No, I have not seen this.
I didn't think. I've asked that twice now, and I keep forgetting which one you have seen.
She's funny that way is the one.
She's funny that way. Okay. Yeah. So where in the film does this take place?
Stop shouting. This is the first scene with Paul Rudd.
Okay, this is his introduction. This is his character.
Yeah.
Okay, does it say who he's talking to in the?
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
So who?
Could be anybody? He's yelling this at Owen Wilson.
Okay.
Maybe this is a Jerry Maguire situation. Maybe Owen Wilson is his agent.
Oh, so he's the what was it again? CEO, corporate guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just as a corporate guy in crisis.
Well, maybe he...
So maybe he's not his agent?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like maybe he's like...
He's like the owner of the team?
Yeah, so like that, or maybe like, like if the team is sponsored by some corporation, maybe.
So it's like right after a big game or something, and like they lost.
Or wait, maybe it could be that like...
you can't get a home run if you don't swing.
You know how like
Paul Rudd's like, stop shouting.
So Paul Rudd is maybe doing some kind of ad campaign. So he's like the face of a product or a company, right? And this is the company is owned by Owen Wilson. Mm-hmm. So the company is like struggling, and they're trying to bring in this athlete to kind of raise the name brand. Mm-hmm. Okay, so why is Paul Rudd? Are we going to say that they're at, like a photo shoot or something like that? Maybe
they're in like a studio.
Yeah,
like with the green screen or something.
Okay, yeah. Right. Okay, so why is Paul? And this is like first thing we see. Is this the very first part of the movie, or is this just these two characters? Intro.
This is just their character intro for these two. So he's on a set in like a studio. They have the green screen behind him, and he's standing on like sand. They have like real like sand like there, and there's
like or whatever.
Like a Yeah, it could be, yeah. Or like a beach, like there's sand on there, and so the green screen background would be like a beach behind him, right?
Yeah.
And there's a
for
rock.
a baseball player, right?
There's a
the
rock.
Beach. Yeah, makes sense.
Like a boulder set up before him with two drinks. And so this is like an ad for like some kind of a drink, right? And so he has his baseball bat and he's going to smash like the competitor's drink.
Okay.
And
I'm in.
But he keeps easing up because he's afraid that the glass is going to like shatter and hit the crew or something like that. And Owen Wilson is like, cut.
So Owen Wilson's also directing this.
yeah. He's like, you can't take these little pussy swings. You gotta, George, you gotta swing with everything. Swing away, George. swing away, George. And George is like, stop shouting. I don't hear you when you do that. Not ever. I don't know why that's his response.
Okay, so let's workshop this. I like kind of where it's going. I don't know if I like the fact that Owen Wilson's character is directing this, but I do like him maybe butting in a place that maybe he shouldn't be. Like maybe there is a director, you know. And maybe there's like a lot of commotion.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what. Maybe he's him and the. So he butts in, and the director gets pissed off, and then so Owen Wilson's character and the director start going at each other.
Okay, there we
and
go.
That's when Paul Rudd says, "Stop shouting! I don't hear you when you do that. Not ever."
Yeah.
Like he can't get
So
the direction
Owen
from
Wilson
either of them.
is trying to get the director to do things and trying to get Paul Rudd to do things.
Well,
the director
yeah,
doesn't like the fact that Owen Wilson's taking his role basically, and then the director starts yelling. They're both yelling. They're both shouting different sort of ideas. Paul Rudd is getting overwhelmed, and
they're like yelling at each other, but also trying to shout their direction at Paul Rudd's character at the same time, kind of.
Okay, so now let's
swing away.
Who's the director?
Quentin Tarantino.
Is he in this one?
No, he was in She's Funny That Way.
But is Jack Nicholson in this one?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's in this one. Like old 2010 Jack Nicholson screaming at Owen Wilson.
Yeah, why not? Like that'd be fucking odd. I'd watch that scene.
Yeah,
I just want to hear you play it. Is what I'm trying to do. Can you do it, Paul Rudd? By the way.
No, I don't think so. I don't think his voice has like
his voice really doesn't
specific. I mean, you can recognize his voice, I think, but he doesn't have like a unique enough to make it interesting to. I don't think there's anything interesting to do with.
Okay, so we've got Jack directing this. We've got Owen being the corporate owner of the company, and you said it's some kind of drink. Yeah. So he's smashing the competition on a beach for some reason.
It's got like a boulder with two glasses, like their branded like glass, and then the other one is like the other guys or whatever, and he like smashes.
He's just smashing the other guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want to know.
Like
where did these
when it comes to sodas, our product is always going to be the home run, and then he like smashes the glass.
And it's just to refresh everyone's mind. This is on a beach with like the ocean in the background. Just want to reiterate that part. Because I thought you were going to go for like a tropical margarita mix, or like maybe a
maybe it's like a beer. It's like a beer commercial because they always have like Coors Light with like bikini babes playing volleyball, or even shit. Like
what's the one shit? What's the it's the beer. It's the Mexican beer.
Corona,
like you have like a Corona, right? And that's kind of like a beach. They always have like a beach in the commercials of those, right? Okay, and then why? And then a baseball player only because that's what they.
Because he's like the big star. He's like the big athlete of the time.
Okay, fine. Now I'm sold. But now I want to know. Let's assume that this is also the scene where Lisa is introduced to these two. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Is she still going to be the daughter of Jack Nicholson's character?
Oh wait, she was the daughter?
No, I just said that earlier.
Oh.
Like I want maybe he plays her dad or something. Is what I said.
I thought she was the coach. Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
No, she's not a coach. She's
No, he's the coach. That's what I said.
Oh, he's the coach.
Yeah, but he's the director now, so he can't be the coach too.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with him. Yeah, being the dad.
And so like she's on set or something, and then
she's on set because she wants to meet Paul Rudd, athlete that she's kind of admired.
This here's George.
But then so then she went to the shoot to see George, but then is she immediately infatuated by whatever Owen Wilson's character's name is?
I think
so. Now she's like torn between.
Yes, yeah. I think more so. Both of them become infatuated with her.
Okay, I'm fine. I agree with that. So, what is it that she does that both of them witness? Is it the same thing or two different things? Two different moments.
I mean, I don't think she does anything. I think she's just there.
Okay, so just her presence.
And it's like a weird thing where.
Okay, fine. Okay, so no, I'm fine with all this. But this always brings up more questions as we evolve this scene as far as writing goes, because we want things to have kind of like an arc throughout and also be connected, and then consequence and everything for all of our actions that we do. So, does Paul Rudd, George, right? Does he notice Lisa before or after his line about "stop yelling at me"?
He notices her after.
Okay, perfect. I agree. Okay, so he notices her after he says that. How does he react after basically crying like a baby that there's too much loud noises going on? So he just said, "Stop yelling! I can't listen to you."
Yeah.
Never.
So like,
and then he sees
the
this
room
beautiful
goes quiet.
moment. Yeah.
And Jack Nicholson's just like, "How about you get your ass back on the mound?"
Yeah. Okay.
And he turns around and gets back up there and like turns around, and then that's when he notices her.
Okay. So then where is?
And then
Owen?
we have like action, and then he like doesn't swing because he's like staring at her or something.
Action, I said.
Yeah, and then Owen Wilson is like, "You gotta swing the fucking bat, George." And then George, like, that's whenever he finally gets his like big swing, and he fucking smashes that glass, and it's like a big success.
So,
and,
do you think that like there's that moment where the camera like is close up on George's face as he's kind of like hit the sweat, he's nervous under the lights and under the pressure of all this. He can perform on the field, but he can't perform for the camera. He's a professional
player,
right? But he's not a professional actor, and I think this is where he's getting nervous, right? Doing this in front of people, and then you see him like brow up, like his eyebrows lift and his vision lifts, and he sees Lisa kind of like in the shadows beyond the bright lights, and that kind of fuels him to to put on a show, and this is where he swings away. Okay, and you said earlier that he was afraid to swing hard because he didn't want the glass to, maybe fly into the crew that are standing behind the scenes. So what I would love to see is he sees Lisa, wants to perform for her. I think you know where this is going. He hits the glass, and then I want like a giant shard of glass to hit Owen Wilson.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to hit her.
No.
That's why she gets cut from the team.
No. It hits Owen Wilson, and then that's whenever her sympathy or her attention goes to Owen Wilson.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fine," and she like comes over to check on him. He's like, "Oh, it hurts pretty bad." She does
the whole like she like licks a Kleenex and like dabs away like the blood or whatever. Yeah, so that's where this feud between Owen Wilson and George character Paul Rudd. That's where that starts. Is this lust over her basically? Okay, what else? And this is all in the beginning, so I think that's really it. What scene is next, and then we'll wrap this up. What scene is right after this? So we've gone through this whole spiel. George has now cut the eye or the eyebrow of Owen Wilson's character.
I pictured like un chien andalou, whatever you say.
Oh gosh, the eye. What's the scene immediately after this?
She has like, so she has, I don't know, George's. She has George's contact info for whatever reason. Like she's softball and he's like baseball, and they were gonna,
right?
I don't know.
There's balls
they're like
involved.
fans of each other
Yeah, sure.
or something. Yeah. And so she like got his contact info from her dad, like prior to this. Like she already knows him kind of,
okay,
but doesn't know him personally really.
Okay.
And so the next scene after this happens is she's at home and her dad tells her that Owen Wilson's character was wanting to reach out to her. Like that. You know that guy that took the glass to the eye?
Yeah. So he just wants to like maybe thank her for taking care of him.
Yeah.
Maybe, but clearly also wants to, he
says he wants to take you out for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I guess my question originally,
I think he's a jackass personally.
right? Yeah, because they fought. Yeah. So, but what? So if Paul Rudd was like fueled by her presence, and knows that he has some kind of connection with her, at least through athleticism and through the sport, and then also through working with her father, and then made a fool out of himself with the whole yelling breakdown, and then also bloodied up a corporate guy's eye with glass. Where is Paul Rudd at the end of that scene? That's what I want to know. Because clearly Owen Wilson's being taken care of and he's being nursed. That's fine. But where is Paul Rudd? Like, does Paul Rudd just walk off? Does Paul Rudd go and like?
I think he goes to check on Owen Wilson's character, and Owen Wilson's character is just like, oh, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. I mean, sure, but I still feel like Paul Rudd is like, feeling like, ignored, dejected, fueled. Like, does he like leave and go to the locker room and hit like, 40 punches into a locker, or does he go and like win the next game because he's thinking of her?
He goes to check on Owen Wilson's character first.
Well, yeah, clearly. I'm saying like the
Owen
next
Wilson,
scene. Yeah.
Yeah, and Owen Wilson's like, no, it's fine, and like waves him off, and so Paul Rudd is like, all right, if you say so, and Owen Wilson's like, yeah, it's fine, and he like goes to walk off set, and like as they're like, whatever, as like, fucking like taking his props and like his costume and whatever, he like looks over, and that's when he sees Reese Witherspoon talking to Owen Wilson's character and whatnot.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
and he gets all jelly.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
I think there's some kind of like, internalized, like, I want to just fucking beat that guy's face in, right?
He goes completely to like full on anger.
Yeah, and he just like maybe goes to the locker room, and there's like, or not even the locker room, because this is like in a studio. So he goes to like the green room or whatever, and maybe there's like I don't know, there's like a like Fortune magazine with like Owen Wilson's character on the cover, and Paul Rudd just starts to like throw it up in the air and like beat it with the bat or something like that. And then maybe like
he takes a piece of the broken glass and like carves out Owen Wilson's eyes.
He's just a serial killer now. He just goes psycho. Oh, okay, yeah, why not? Sure. I mean, I was just gonna say he just like, does something crazy and loud and then gets walked in on, but I think it'd be funnier if he's like cutting out the eyes and all of a sudden Lisa walks in and is like, are you okay? He's like, oh yeah, just
be careful around that George guy, he's a little off.
Yeah, Jack's just like there the whole time, just giving some wise information.
Jack Nicholson's the one saying that this guy's a little off.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
And then in the end of it, she's not with either of them. She doesn't get with either of them.
Well, no, of course, yeah. But the question is do they get together? Because this is supposed to be a love triangle.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They work out their differences and they get together.
Okay. There.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Wait, do they get together romantically or just like platonic friends?
Yes.
Oh,
no,
okay.
They fall in love.
They fall in love.
And then like...
Is this the one that has the kiss at the end? The final kiss?
I don't remember.
Okay, damn. I hope it does.
I'm going to say yes. And we have like a big makeout with Owen Wilson and Paul Rudd at the end.
But I want Lisa to be present because I want...
Like takes she like takes pictures, and it's
No.
and we like pull out, and it's their wedding day.
Oh,
and we had
okay,
like
maybe.
we had like cut forward.
I was
going to
go a different direction with Lisa. I wanted her arc to go even lower, in that she starts this with feeling past her prime, and then she realizes at the end she's really just past her prime. like no one wants her. These two guys found out that they were, not heterosexual, and they fell for each other. After they were fighting over her, and she just totally loses everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So they kiss and like make out
On the Jumbotron.
and then she is on the Jumbotron, and so she's sitting at home watching it, and she's like laying on the couch with tears. And we slowly pull out, and there's like a knocked over beer bottle and like an empty bottle of pills.
Oh god.
That's the final shot.
Dark. And wait, what's the title? How did you know?
How do you know?
It's really like, how do you know you're gay? And it's you gotta hit a guy in the face with glass. That's how you know.
It cuts to black, and there's no music that plays. Like the credit, like directed by James L. Brooks.
No, it's just, it fades to black. No music. It's just the sound of the TV on in the background.
Yeah,
and then eventually we hear her fall off the couch.
And then the squeaking of like the door opening up, and you hear Jack just like, "Oh my god!" and we hear him dial 911.
I don't think he says, "Oh my god." I think he says something more like I knew this would happen, or like figures, or something like where he was already accepting that this is going to be the fate of his daughter. Like
yeah. Yeah, there we go.
All right. What was that called again? How did you know that you were super depressed? How did you know that you were past your prime? So that's what it is. It's not, how did you know that she was amazing, or that she was the one? How do you know? How do you know that she was amazing, or how do you know that you love her? It's, how do you know that you are a has-been? And it's whenever two guys meet you and then fall in love with each other. As it happens. That's what happens in real life.
I'm sure it's happened at least a few times.